Let's be real. Most black women don't even meet the physical requirement that black men have been crying about for years. He going into all the deep stuff like slavery and children out of wedlock. Like, you don't even got to go that deep. For how many years have black men been saying to black women, we don't like weave. We don't like it. It's not attractive. We want you to have your natural hair. What do they tell us? Why are you worried about what's in my head? If you ain't buying it, don't worry about it. So they ignore that. Number two, how many years have black men been saying, I don't like long fingernails. It's okay if you get them done and look nice, but why they gotta be long as a pencil? We don't like it. They do it anyway. How many years have black men been saying, we don't like makeup? If you're gonna do it, just do a little dusting. Don't blanket your face in it. Don't have brown skin arms and then have a light brown face. We've been saying that for years and years, and they don't listen. So just with the physical requirement, they're not going to get the man that they want. How many years we've been saying we don't like women who's overweight? It doesn't matter where the fat lies. Just because you like the fact that your fat lies more in your ass than in your thighs doesn't mean you're not fat.
Honey.
Okay. Hold on.
You see these dudes walking around. You see dudes walking around 6 foot or sometimes 5, and they girls like 260 pounds. But just
wow. Who raised you?
Caller.
You are fat.
Caller. I get what you're saying, but this is not a black woman show. This is just, we're gonna wrap to the video. Talk with ladies. Let's keep it light.
I know that.
This is kind of heavy, bro. You feel me?
I was just trying to channel in what the dude said because.
He was
going deep in the regular stuff, and I'm just saying, just with the physical requirement, when dudes get their money and they can exercise their options, they're going to go for the things that they can't find in the black woman.
All right, puppy. So then get your money and exercise your options.
Of course.
Stop capping us.
So you got a question about the video? You want to ask Lee the question? Because let's keep it on track.
I can ask a question about that video because that video shine some light and some things too.
Yeah.
Like, okay. If a dude is, if you're gonna be with a dude, and a lot of the women said, well, it depends on what he say as far as like how I'm addressed. You're putting a man at risk. Like, yes, he could protect you, but why put him at that risk? What if dudes protected you based off how he felt? What if a dude was like, well, I'll protect you, but it depends on what you wear. So let's say you do go out with the dude, you wear what you want, you go to the club. And then, depending on what you wear, he decide whether he's going to protect you or not. Would you be okay with that? Like, if you didn't listen to him, why are you expecting him to protect you? What if he said, well, I told her not to wear that, so now this dude's running up on her. I'm just going back off. How would you look at him?
That question's for you.
Like, that's putting a man at a risk.
Miss, you got to defend me.
I mean, like, yo, why are these men being mad aggressive about what I wear?
No, I think that question is for Miss O'Drama.
Honestly...
Well, both of y'all said that.
The guy protect
you.
But I was thinking, for one, he shouldn't have to protect me in the first place because he shouldn't be put in a position from other men. Why it got to be a risk? Because it wouldn't be a risk if y'all wouldn't.
But
let me talk. It wouldn't be a risk if it wouldn't be a risk.
Let her caller. Let her finish, and then you can respond.
It wouldn't be a risk if men knew how to approach women. So he wouldn't have to protect me if y'all knew how to approach women and wouldn't make women feel uncomfortable in other spaces, if you understand what I'm saying. So it's not putting my man at risk. Don't approach me. If it's that difficult for you to understand and comprehend, don't approach me. Regardless of what I'm wearing, don't approach me. My man's going to protect me regardless because he's my man. I'm not going to be with someone who can't protect me, whether it's physically or even sharing some words with somebody. It shouldn't be a risk because
you're missing the point.
What's your point,
sweetheart? You're
sweetheart?
going into it on a hypothetical. You said no man shouldn't approach you like that, but that's a hypothetical. In a perfect world, yes, men will respect the fact that, okay, she came with that dude, I'm going to back off. But that's a hypothetical. Most dudes would say, I don't give a fuck if she came with that dude. I'm going to wait till I see her walk off or go to the bathroom.
And you don't think the problem is with the man and not with what I'm wearing?
He's talking about mitigating. He's basically talking about mitigating risk. Like, just like I said, people are going to be racist no matter what you do. It's your job to prove them wrong. He's kind of saying men are going to be men. Why not mitigate the risk and dress a little bit more appropriately so you don't put your man in a precarious position to his safety? That's what he's saying.
I understand that. But if it makes you feel any better and you're hurt, I will dress much more nicer.
I'm not hurt. Not hurt. I've been married for 8 years. My wife's from Brooklyn, and she don't have a ghetto bone in her body.
Oh, and I do?
No, I'm saying that to say, like you said, don't be the stereotype. Every time these people hear that my wife from Brooklyn, they don't even believe her because she don't act or talk like it and do all that. Fuck you mean? Wow, she don't do none of that.
I feel offended. I feel offended. Like, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I was on page with you. I'm gonna let you finish, Pa. I'm gonna let you finish.
Jamaican.
Okay, that's cool.
Okay.
That's cool. That's cool. I fuck with Jamaicans. I'm gonna tell you like this.
So you're not talking to a hurt man. You're talking to a man I'm a regular guy. I ain't no rich nigga. I'm a regular guy, but I still see this stuff every day. And I got a son, and I gotta warn my son about all of this. One day my son gonna be a man. I gotta tell him how the women move it out here. If my son is 7 years old. I can't imagine what it's gonna be like when my son is finally 18, 20 years old. If women are like this in 2022 now, I can't even imagine how it's gonna be later.
I get what you were saying with your question that was directed towards me. My stance still stands in I'm aware what I want to wear, but I also do feel like I'm not gonna put my man in any extraneous predicament, if that better answers your question. Because at the end of the day,
if you're gonna wear what you're gonna wear, then you are.
Do you know what's in my closet?
And I'm gonna be honest. If I'm your man, if I can't even get you to do that little thing, like just change how you wear, why would I cuff you and marry you? Like,
wait,
why are you with me in the first place, baby boy? You're not listening. You're not listening. Me, I go wear what I want to wear. You understand? If you don't like it, don't bother with me. If you don't like it, don't bother with me. Me don't talk.
I can't get you to do the small. And as a man, if I can't get you to do the small things like just put on something different, why in the world would a man take you seriously and try to give you big assignments? You can't even do the small.
I have a question though, because
me.
there's levels to I really do believe there's levels to this shit. Like, I can be very, very sexy and I attract a lot of attention, not to toot my horn. I don't try, it just happens. And if you are my man and you're like, okay, just wear a fucking bra. I'm like, damn, puppy, but they're not showing and I want to be loose. Like, your balls are loose. Like, can I just, like, okay, let me see.
So
that threw me off.
It depends. Like, it just depends on why you want me to change. Like, if you want me to change because you feel like, okay, I'm gonna have to step up and do something I don't want to because you're being scared at.
She's going also.
Then
because as a man, it's my job to protect you, just like it's my job to protect my two daughters that I also wear.
So my
daughter's in high school now. If she goes out the house looking at somewhere, I'm gonna say, hey, you might need to change that.
So
and as her father, you have that right.
Provide and protect, like y'all
she a little ass girl.
Hold on. If it's a man's job to protect and provide, like y'all all want, if he's telling you that, that's part of protecting you. But you're literally saying, I'm gonna do it regardless.
No,
so does he fail his mission, or you're just not a submissive person? Because he's telling you, hey, just change that. And if you go, well, I'm gonna wear it anyway, I look good. Where do you leave him at that point? If it's our job to protect you.
That's a regular question.
Well, take me to a fine dining kind of experience where situation don't pop off like it would in the Bronx.
He said it's his job to protect us. But now protecting us is putting them at risk.
No. I'm not a merge what both of you guys are saying. But, it's a risk. It's a risk.
We can't, as a man,
you gotta protect your king, babe, sometimes.
230-pound dude with
you feel me? You gotta.
He still has to minimize risk.
No.
He's trying to minimize as many risks as he can. I don't care if you, like you said, my guy, I don't know who said it, but one of y'all said, my guy's strong, he protect you. But he can't protect you from everything. He's not Superman. So it's our job as men to try to minimize as many risks as possible. Because you can't clear all the risks. You just can't. As we're trying to minimize them. That's all.
I have a question. So if
for a woman is us trying to minimize risk.
Okay.
And this is why we always say it's not stop looking at the exception and look at the rule. The rule is men gonna be men, but we're trying to minimize the pool. Maybe if 200 dudes grope on you today, maybe we can get it down to 20. That's our point. That's what we're trying to do. And you have to do that once you decide you're gonna be with a man. When you're free and single, wear whatever the hell you want. But your responsibility to the man is to acquiesce to his request. And in turn, he protects you. But the problem is y'all want to still be young and free and wild and get protection.
Well, don't date young and free and wild chicks, papi.
Wear what you want. Have your nipples out. But when you with that guy and he's saying, hey, put on a bra. Hey, maybe don't wear such a low crop top. If you want him to provide and protect you, it's the woman's job to at least be submissive to him. You can't be young and free and have a guy and do what you want and want him to protect you.
Whether you want to accept it or not, men are going to be men and guys are going to do what they do. And come on, you guys saying, oh, it doesn't matter if I wear my nipple or not. Bruh, stop the fucking cap. They've done experiments on this. They've had women walk hours in New York City wearing a hijab versus wearing regular clothing. And when she wore the hijab, she got way less attention, like way less. Obviously, we went on both extremes. One extreme, she was scantily clad. One extreme, she was wearing a hijab. But the point of the matter is this. When a woman dressed modestly, she gets significantly less attention from the opposite gender of harassers. So what we're basically showing here is that the way you dress absolutely influences the type of attention that you're going to get. It's just that women don't want to take any personal responsibility and want to blame it on the men for being dogs. I'm here to tell you, they're going to keep being fucking dogs. So it's on you to change based on the environment. Just like I can't get mad at people for being racist. There's going to be KKKs. There's going to be people that call me a sand N-word no matter what I do. All I can do is adapt to the situation and put myself in the best situation. I'm not going to go to KKK rallies. Fantastic. Now I don't have to worry about getting killed. Just like you know that there's a bunch of thirsty weirdos that might grope you, might want to change your clothes and dress a little bit more modestly and not go to those establishments, you know? So we got to have a little bit of personal responsibility. It's just that women want to be able to do whatever the hell they want to do with zero consequence. And I'm here to tell you guys, there are consequences to your actions. And that's all he's saying is that now the man has to face the consequences of your stupid actions. And he's saying that's fucked up. If he's in a position where he has to protect you and you're putting him in a weird situation where now he's got to fight niggas off because you want to dress like a hoe, well, that's not a good move. And honestly, we tell guys, don't deal with girls that don't acquiesce to what you want. If you tell her, yo, you're not going dressed out like that, and she fights you, that's not your girl no more. Done. She can't even follow a simple instruction.
Oh my God, but when you say it like that,
that's why I think it comes down to what a woman is wearing.
Where's my leash?
Yeah. All right, cool. Thank you. Caller, thanks for calling in, man. Great discussion point. But that's all he's saying, ladies. I mean, you don't have to like it. It's fine. This is why these discussions are important. But that's the male perspective.